I hope that you have tonight's topic.
Self-esteem in kids.
Yes, self-worth, self-value. How are you going to build it? So everybody has to have, each one of us needs to have self-worth, to feel good about himself, positive look about himself. And soon we'll see if we have it or not. Why do we need it? First of all, in order to be happy. And second of all, so we're going to be able to live. And we're going to be able to take upon ourselves missions, and we should not be afraid of challenges. Number 3, for the people who surrounding us, they're going to have a very pleasant time with us. Why? Because when I look at myself in a positive way, it's not only benefiting us, it's benefiting everybody that's surrounding us. So now we're going to learn something that in the professional language, it calls 2 floors. We're building a house that have 2 floors. So this principle that I will soon will specify what it means is very simple, but very important. It can help us to understand ourselves and to understand the one that's surrounding us. The feelings and the reason why we're taking such and such action. In Chinuch, these 2 floors, it's multiplied by hundreds. It's so important. What do I mean? What am I talking about?
Excuse me, Rabbi, the top of your screen is going in and out a little,
Yeah, I know. My
like the other day. Okay.
My computer already tired already. I have to change it. Now, we have all kinds of people. I'm going to ask you a question, and you tell me if you know such people. Number 1, we all know people that you cannot get into argument with them. Did you see such people?
Yes.
Huh?
Yes.
Rabbi, what do you mean you cannot get into
Many
an
of them, many people.
No communication.
Is that because they think they're right in in everything that they're telling. Yeah.
That's it.
So there is no argument, right?
It can be a co-worker in the office. Yeah, that saying something about the work in the office. The neighbor that telling you there is a new minyan that open up. Or a friend that telling you his opinion on the politics. Now you disagree. That's normal. I think a different way and you think a different way. What's wrong with that? That's normal. That's acceptable. But surprisingly enough, you see, when you saying to a person your opinion, wah, wah, wah. He becoming like a fire. And he start to defend his opinion. And he's raising his voice. And he gets angry. It looks like World War III.
And that person might tell you, you think you're right, huh?
No, your opinion, בכלל, how dare you think? How dare you think different than I am? He gets upset with this. And you don't understand what happened to this person. A moment ago, you were just talking, very, very normal. And all of a sudden, the person changed and he started to attack you. Did you see it once?
Yes.
I used to be like that, Rabbi.
Oh boy.
I see it almost every time I speak with someone in my family.
Okay,
I mean,
so I want the other person to understand that I only said my opinion. I'm not fighting with you. You have your
Right.
opinion, I have my opinion.
Right.
I didn't come to fight with you. And I say, it makes sense what I'm saying. I have proofs to what I'm saying. And the more you're explaining, the more sense you make, the more upset he gets. He is fighting with you like you're threatening him. And באמת, maybe you don't mean it. He feels that you are threatening him. How? How did it happen? Why he is so defensive? Why the person feels that you are attacking him? And he wants to fight you back. This was not my intention. Where is it coming from? What's going on? So let's go back to the two flows that I was talking about. Flow number one, you have to accept yourself the way you are. You have to love yourself. with all the weaknesses and with all the good sides that we have. But this is who you are. Don't underestimate yourself. This is who you are. Why? Hashem gave you all the tools that you need. Hashem sent you over here for a mission. And you're the only one who can do it. There is nobody else can do what you can do. And in front of Hashem, your mission is the most important one. That's why He sent you over here. When we will know that, if our first floor, we know that I came to the world with tools, with mission, and I have weaknesses and I have my pluses. Yes. And you know, that's who I am. I have to love myself. Why I'm not like him? Because he has a different mission. How can I be like him? I cannot. So every person over here have to feel that he is unique, because all of us, we all have different missions in this world. So now, by knowing this, are you important or not?
Very important. For our mission, we are the most important, right?
And you're the only one who can do it. There's nobody else who can do it.
Right.
Others might help you, but they cannot do what you want. Now we go to the second floor. And the second floor is the urge to strive, to move forward and to go up in Avodat Hashem, to be a better person and to correct whatever I can, work on myself to be a better person. That's the second floor. But you cannot get to the second floor if the first floor is not there. A person needs to be appreciated, and first of all, you have to appreciate yourself. Now, who can appreciate you?
Your husband, your kids.
Okay,
People that know your value.
okay.
And
I
yourself.
hear. You think that's the answer?
There must be something else that you're asking. We don't know.
If they can appreciate themselves first.
If I wait for other people to appreciate me, I'm in the very wrong place.
Oy vavoy, yeah.
First of all, I have to appreciate myself. If you're waiting to get appreciation from the surrounding, good luck to you. Good luck to you.
But Rabbi, isn't that kind of being like self-centered a little bit?
No, no.
Or egotistical, that, you know, like you think like so highly of yourself?
I know who I am. there is a mitzvah to love yourself. ואהבת לרעך כמוך. Meaning I have to love myself in order to love my friend. If I don't appreciate myself, how can I appreciate you?
Yeah, if you don't love yourself, then you would hate everyone. Yeah, everyone has a problem then like this. Yeah.
If you're waiting for other people to appreciate you, not only you're not gonna be able to build even first floor, you're gonna be angry at the people that don't appreciate you like you should, that they should appreciate you.
Always angry at people.
Yes. How come they don't appreciate me?
Right, yeah, I know people like that.
Almost everybody is like that,
Everyone?
especially husband and wife, no? How many times we spoke about it?
Rabbi, how do you appreciate yourself? Can you give an example?
I'll get to it.
I was about to ask, Barikalla.
Borikala. But first of all, we have to understand what I'm saying. How to get to it, I'll teach. But do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
We like beggars looking all the time, happiness from the outside, attention from the outside, appreciation from the outside. So where are you? Who are you?
Take her, Rabbi.
Now, probably you're reading my mind, how to create self-appreciation, self-worth. That's the question.
When you see good in people, that's sign of you appreciate yourself, no?
Leave the outside. Now I'm talking about a person himself.
You have to connect to Hashem.
How to build yourself up, your self-worth.
Okay.
Okay? If you want, you can write it down. Will not hurt you. You always have to remind yourself. That's number one. You have to remind yourself that you have part of God inside of you. You always have to remember that you are the child of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the loved one, the important one, the special one with a special mission. That's who I am. So I don't need you to start to pat me on the back. You remember that you're part of Am Israel? That's how you build self-worth. I'm a part of the most important nation in the history of the world. And not only I'm part of it, what is the quality, the character of Am Israel? Baishanim, Rachmanim, Gomle Chasadim. No nation is like us. No one. This is your essence. Every Jew is like that because he has a portion of Hashem inside of him, the neshama. And on top of it, Why can't you look on all the pluses that you have? Pat yourself in the back. Yes. Don't you say every morning, שלא עשה ניגול?
Yes.
How do you feel?
You feel good about yourself, that you're not a goy. But why do we have to say it every
Only
morning?
this, only this. Baruch Hashem. What a privilege. Did you think about it once? Did you think about it?
Hmm.
What privilege we are. Why? I'm a Jew.
Rabbi Shimon Kessin did a amazing video on Torah Anytime called "The Value of a Jew." He said, "What a sure." Recently, he said, "Every Jewish man is a king. Every Jewish woman is a queen." He said, "If we know this," he said, "we have no idea the value of a Jew." He said, "When you see another Jew, you must run to help them because you have no idea the value of a Jew." And he said that if we in our minds get that Hashem is inside of us, we will pray totally differently than we do. He said, when you're praying, you have to know Hashem is there, here, he's there in you when you're praying.
Very, very well said. Now, when the first floor is very well built, I'm proud that I'm a Jew. I'm proud that I'm a child of Hashem. I'm proud that Hashem loves me very much. That's why he sent me over here for a mission. And so on and so on. But then why should I wait for you to give me a medal to appreciate me? Who cares? באמת.
But we have to remind ourselves every day, it's a constant,
Yeah,
because the environment is so abusive.
yes.
You have to give yourself a talk. I have to talk to myself every day.
Yeah,
But
It's
Rabbi,
a,
yes.
whenever somebody, let's say they do something to you, but maybe they didn't even know that they did something wrong to you, or maybe they didn't even mean it. But why does it feel so good? Why do we always want them to say sorry? Like, why can't we just say it's okay, they didn't know? But why do we, and then we dig it inside of ourselves, and then 10 years later it comes up. Why do we need people to say that I'm sorry? How do we fix that?
How do we fix that? Meaning our first floor is not built yet. Let me go on and you will understand. Now, what do I mean if the first floor is shaky and not stable? We value ourselves how? On condition. If I'm successful, good. But if he's not see any success in his work or in the society, and if they don't consider his opinions, he feels terrible. He feels terrible. Right? Right away, his self-worth is going all the way down. We have to admit that that's how people feel, yes or no?
Kvedanav, why is that a bad thing? If let's say I'm doing something, right, and I failed. So the next time, because I failed, I'm going to try harder because I want to succeed.
And who is saying what success means? Who is the judge?
The result itself is the determination if I did well or not.
Okay, so do you know what success means?
Well, okay, well, for me, like I'm thinking about like, as we're talking about parenting, right? Let's say I want a certain response from my kids, right? So I
I'll
did,
get to the kids.
okay. Mhm.
First of all, we have to know what does it mean success, and then we will know if we're doing well or not.
Hmm. Okay, so
You
how would the
remember we
rabbi,
spoke about it when is the only time in the Torah that the word success appearing.
I don't remember.
Yosef.
Yosef Atzadik, right?
Mm.
Yosef was Ish Matzliach. Hatzlacha, that's called success. Where was he?
In
In
Egypt?
jail?
Yeah.
He was in the house of Potiphar.
Oh.
Oh, right, with the wife. Yeah.
Yeah. No father, no mother, brothers, they sold him. He had all the excuses to kick everything and they said, to heck with this. That's what I deserve. But what did he do? Humiliated in the house of Potiphar, a slave, a Jew that was mukte in Egypt. Vayi Hashem et Yosef. Yosef was saying to himself, I couldn't care less. I'm the child of Hashem. That's what he was successful. His spirit didn't go down. He was kacha. When they threw him to jail, he was asking the two ministers of Pharaoh, why are you such in a bad mood? Why can't you smile? After 10 years in jail, he was asking them, why are you in a bad mood? Meaning the Torah wants to tell you he was always in a good mood. Why? How can it be?
10 years in jail and still not upset.
Lama? You know why?
Why?
Vayi Hashem et Yosef. He says, all this is not going to keep me down because I am the child of Hashem. Hashem loves me. I know that. Did he look for appreciation? They saw who he is. They by themselves, they came and appreciated him. Because he knew what he worth. It's very, very important to have a self-worth. Did you see this with the lady with the 12 kids? That she was the secretary.
Yes, Rabbi. We saw.
I'm telling you, my mind blew up. What a lady. She didn't budge. She didn't budge. In front of the Pope. He said, me? I'm going to shake his hand. מה פתאום? And I'll bow down to what? To his cross? Chas v'shalom, I should do something like this. What was the wind up? He bowed to her. She didn't ask him to do it. He saw a person with self-worth. He said, no matter who you are, I know who I am. And then this Biden, for this, I want to give him a credit, at least, you know. He got down on his knees. 80 years old, got down on his knees, he bowed down to her and says, Kol hakavod to you. Why? Because he saw how she is appreciating herself. She don't want to shake his hand. He said, only my husband. When you start to appreciate yourself, everybody else will appreciate you. The problem is that we're trying to impress everybody else, and at the end, everybody else even not appreciating us at all. So, if that's how you feel, if I'm waiting for other people to accept me, for other people to appreciate me, get it. Oy vavoy. So then it feels bad. My opinions are not being accepted. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe this, meaning he's destroying himself. So why he is arguing with you and he wants to fight with you? Why? Because one more, if we continue to talk, you're gonna prove me that I'm zero. I don't worth anything. I'm nobody. So I have to fight with all my power that I'm right. And it's a fight. Some people cannot hear another person's opinion. They cannot. Because they don't have first floor. And every word that's coming out of you, they see it as an attack. You're attacking me. And from to the outside, you see a very nice person, pleasant one. it might be that in his nature, he doesn't like to fight. And he likes to live with peace with everybody. But the fear that he's gonna lose his self-worth, which he doesn't have, bring him to a point to lose his mind, and he's gonna fight with you. Two friends went on the way, and one friend saying to the other one, you know, Chaimke, you hurted me very much with your words. You broke my heart. So it told him, it was not me that hurted you. The first one stopped walking and he said, what do you mean? What do you mean? How can you say it's not you? You told me that. With your own mouth, you told me what you told me. The other one was very smart. And he told them, I didn't do anything. I just pushed the buttons that you created for yourself. Did you get it? He said, the buttons were there already. I just came and if there is no buttons, I can do this until tomorrow. Nothing will happen. Depends what you have in your first floor. So listen to this. A person will get hurt not because what his friend told him. You get hurt because of what you think about yourself. Did you get it? If somebody will come to me on the street and says, how come you're so fat? Will I get offended? Am I fat?
No.
Some people will get offended, of course.
Who get offended? But I'm not fat. Should I stand up?
No. But some people who,
But if you're fat, and a person will tell you you're fat, right?
yeah.
So now, here we go. If you're reminding yourself every day, I'm a child of Hashem, and Hashem gave me this body, and what can I do? It's fine with me. Anyway, Hashem loves me if I'm fat or if I'm skinny. But if you feel bad about your weight, do you have already the button to press?
Yes.
Yes.
Here we go.
That's so interesting.
Don't prepare any buttons for people to press. So how you deal with such people? My advice is always give him a kavod. Don't get into any, discussion with him. Shalom aleichem, shalom aleichem. Oh, finito. Don't talk.
Well, what if it's somebody very close, like family? You want to talk to them.
If the conversation is very important for you, very good. Let them know that you're respecting his opinion. And you don't say what you think. So now, all of us, after the shiur tonight, we have to start to look inside ourselves and to see, do I have a first floor? If I have, how good it is. If you feel that you're happy with yourself, you're accepting yourself, okay? And you want to continue to do well, to advance, to work on yourself more and more, very good. But on the other hand, if you feel only if I'll be successful, I'll feel good about myself. This is already, the red light is blinking. You're not doing well. You don't love yourself. You don't appreciate yourself. That's why in Jewish life, you don't get reward on the end results. Hashem gives reward only for the effort. Only for the effort, that's all. But we're living in a world that the results talking. Effort, who cares, Bichlal? We want to see results. So to feel important is not to make the other person lower him down. To feel important when I know who I am. That's all. Now, let's go to the kids now. When a person have a first floor, very good one, solid one, he can be much better parent. Much better. How? First of all, if the child don't want to listen to you, you will not get hurt. Most of the time, if we asking a child to do something and he is resisting, don't we get hurt?
Yes. Yes, Rabbi.
Good.
People take it personally, but
Oh.
they don't have the seichel to realize this is a child and I am the adult and I'm really the one, I'm the captain in this situation. I have to
Good.
look at it the right way.
Meaning, I know he's a child, he has his own opinions, okay? Meaning, he doesn't see it as a chutzpah. It's not, the child is not here to hurt you personally.
Mm.
And the parent is there to be responsible. We have the responsibility. It's our mission, not the child's mission, to make sure the child does what needs to be done in the way that the child can do it. That's our mission in that point.
Good. Is the child have a different opinion now?
Yes.
You tell him go to sleep. He says, I don't want to go to sleep because I'm not tired. No? So now you say, okay, I hear a different opinion over here. So now, how can how are we gonna deal with this child now? If you got offended, if you feel hurt that you took it personally, oh boy. Oh boy. Then you're gonna do. So first of all, don't take it personally. If your first floor is built okay, you might going to appreciate it. You know, this child, he has his own opinions. Okay, so now we have to find a way how to use our authority.
Excuse me, it's interesting, Harab, that when you're in business, let's say you're selling jewelry and you have a customer come in like a woman and you're the jeweler and she doesn't like what you have. You don't get mad at her. You think to yourself, I have to make money here, so I better find what she likes. You don't get mad at her because she'll walk away.
Imagine you're going to say, what? You don't like my jewelry? Get out of here. Okay. So usually if we get hurt personally, we're going to get angry and we're going to scream. It's a war zone. Because we feel that the child wants to he is getting into my kishkes because I don't have self-worth. I don't appreciate myself. Now I'm going to get it from you. So it's a war zone. I must win. And then you do crazy stuff. You're going to send the child screaming, shouting, even sometimes give him a smack. You're going to sleep and don't ask what's going to happen there. But if your first floor is good and you're ready for a different opinion and you're ready for a child is a child, right? So you're not going to throw a tantrum. You're not going to get angry. Now you're going to use your brain. Listen, this child has his own opinion. How can I enforce my authority in a nice way? But it's not a war zone. Now, if I don't have a first floor, so I want to be the ruler of the house. Dictator. So in the beginning, I talked to the child and said, hey, you have to go to sleep. The child is not budging. So now I will get aggressive. Why? He said, if it doesn't go by force, I have to give it more force. And it's going to be a war, and the house become a battlefield. When a person have a good first floor, he will not get to it. Why sometimes we want to be like dictators? Because we got hurt.
But Ghulam, it doesn't make sense to me. I mean, if let's say we're like the king and queen and somebody's disrespecting, right? Shouldn't you be done and get upset?
What do you mean?
If the king is being disrespected, let's say, shouldn't the king get upset for being disrespected?
Is the child entitled to his own opinion?
Mm-hmm.
If we acting as a king, so either you listen to me, either I'll chop your head off.
Exactly. So it doesn't make sense to me.
So how do you want to build a child like that? Because we have to understand the child also. It's not I said and you're going to sleep and zeu ze. Maybe he has also something to say. Maybe he wants to explain something. Maybe something bothering. A king is not interested in your emotional problems. I said, and zeu ze. The house should not run like this. So if we like ourselves, we love ourselves, we appreciate ourselves, we value ourselves, and I'm calm and I'm happy, then we have the capacity to make any efforts to understand the child. Because he has also things that he wants to vent it out. Maybe something happened in school. We don't give him a chance. Because I said you're going to sleep and I don't want to hear any word anymore. So it's very important to build by the children also first floor. Roof is important. Why? Because kids, they all the time in competition. Don't forget it. In the school bus, they're in competition. In the class, they are in competition. They always feel competition. With his siblings, he is in competition. Maybe they think about themselves that they're not worth anything. They're not successful. They see what other friends get on the test, how many times the teacher calling them and don't call him. Don't you think he has his own challenges? Who is going to listen to him? And many kids, they know that they're not sharp. They know that in the classroom they are more sharp than them. What a terrible feeling. A child should say to himself, I'm not sharp. So how is he going to love himself? How is he going to appreciate himself? He is not in the center of the show when it's coming to play ball or to do this. He is only has to follow the leaders. He is not. How do you think he feels? maybe he doesn't feel good about himself because he's a little bit heavy, or maybe he feels a little bit short. Or maybe he has a mustache in a young age. Who knows what's flying in this child's mind? Do we have the patience to listen to him? So we have to all the time, the same way that we worried about the food, what they're gonna eat and so on, which is nonsense, nonsense. This is the most important thing. Because I never heard a child that died from starvation. I know many kids that are emotionally dead. From young age already they're going to counseling, and who knows what pills they're taking because the parents did not do a job. We have to make sure that the child feels good about himself. Very important. I don't know even how to express it, how important it is. And now, when he is a teenager, forget it. Oh. This teenager, we need to respect him. What I hear, I'm telling you, what parents are thinking to themselves. A child wants to go to a family for a Shabbat or to a friend. No, you're not going. You take out all the kavod, all the respect. The child feel I'm in jail. Instead of sitting with the child, asking him, no. You know, is something wrong in our house? How can we make it more pleasant so you can stay? So he'll tell you, Abba screams at me, this is okay, so we have to relate to it. We don't have the patience for this. Teenagers also need respect, they need. And it's dangerous, and parents don't understand. I told parents this week, what are you waiting for? So your child will run away from home, then you're going to wake up? The child is that close to run out of home. We have to build them up. You have to encourage them. You have to tell them who they are, how important they are, and so on. Let them feel good. All the time, you lazy, you didn't clean. I told you to clean, you didn't clean. You didn't sweep the floor. You over sleeping. Tach. So So how the child will feel about himself?
And a lot of the times what we say to them is really how we feel inside about ourselves.
Yes, correct. Don't forget that angel is looking for himself, looking for identity. ריבונו של עולם. He's mixed up. And he thinks that he is the most smarter one than anybody now. Maybe he's tall or she is tall, he looks like a man. Trust me. He needs good words. Love, appreciation. We have to teach him how to build himself up his first floor. He is building himself up and is very sensitive and he very much will get offended very fast. It might be that he is not that successful in school also. And he doesn't find himself among his friends in the classroom. Maybe the changes in his body, he doesn't like it. So if he doesn't have a first floor, a good one, this teenager, telling you, it's going to be a nightmare. So now, if we want our kids to have a good first floor, it all depends on our first floor. The child sees that the parents are not jumping, they're talking, we're discussing, we're trying to understand each other. So he will learn what to do. He is respected, his opinion is heard. That's how you build them up. Okay. The next you will get into everyday life to see how to tackle things that can happen every day at home, how to approach it. And how to come out of it, both parties, that they gained a lot. So, before I have to leave you, tomorrow night we have a family occasion. So we will not have a class tomorrow night, unfortunately. I will see you all tomorrow at 1 o'clock. There is a class, yes. I didn't see the question. I was not able to read the question. So Tomorrow we have a class at 1 o'clock. And the next class will be Motza'e Shabbat, 8:30 Mirza Hashem. Have a good night. And Motza'e Shabbat also, I continue to speak about verbal abuse. I have to finish it. And by Sunday night, it is going to be the second part of the shiur today. How to build my child's self-worth. Is to learn, he should learn how to appreciate himself. Have a good night.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Nice talking to you as
Thank you, Rabbi.
usual.
You,
Thank you
good
so much,
night.
Rabbi.
See you tomorrow at 1 o'clock in Yirtzeh Hashem.
Looking forward. to it.
Thank you very much, Rabbi.
Thank
Have
you.
a good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you, Rabbi.